Sloane Stephens is an American professional tennis player who is currently ranked world number 22 by the Women's Tennis Association. Stephens has yet to make a WTA Tour singles final, but has reached 4 semi-finals, most notably at the 2013 Australian Open, in which she defeated Serena Williams en route. Personal life: Stephens was born in Plantation, Florida to Sybil Smith and John Stephens, a professional American football player. John Stephens was killed in a car accident on September 1, 2009, just before the start of the U.S. Open. Stephens attended her father's funeral in Louisiana, but remained entered in the U.S. Open. Stephens' younger brother, Sean Farrell, plays baseball and football at Notre Dame High School in Los Angeles. She started playing tennis at the age of 9, at the Sierra Sport and Racket Club, in Fresno, California, where her mother and stepfather introduced her to the sport. 2 years later Stephens relocated from Fresno to Boca Raton, Florida, where she began training at the prestigious Evert Tennis Academy. A year later at the age of 12, Stephens stepped up her training once again by joining the Nick Saviano High Performance Tennis Academy, and switching to online-based homeschooling, which allowed her to maximize her time spent on the court. She graduated from high school in 2011. Stephens currently splits time between her home in Florida and Los Angeles, where she trains at the USTA Training Center in Carson, California. She stated that her favorite surface is clay when she entered the 2012 Wimbledon Championships. She has cited Kim Clijsters, Venus Williams and Serena Williams as her main inspirations in tennis. She also cited her grandfather as her biggest influence growing up. Playing style: Stephens is an all-court player. She hits her forehand with a large swing and as a result the shot can be either a strength or a weakness for her. Stephens sports a powerful two-handed backhand. Cross-court Sloane tends to hit a very steady ball, often hoping to run around her backhand in order to hit an aggressive forehand. Stephens often finishes points at the net and is a competent volleyer. In her 2013 Australian Open match against Serena Williams, she won 18 of 20 net points. She also has a good serve with a very fluid motion. Stephens often stays well behind the baseline, relying on her athleticism to chase and return balls. She is capable of defending against powerfully hit shots, and occasionally turns defensive shots into offensive shots. Fitness is one of Stephens' biggest strengths on the tennis court. Junior tennis: Stephens had a breakthrough year in 2008, when she finished the U.S. Open Junior doubles as runner-up alongside partner Mallory Burdett. Later at the Grade A Orange Bowl, she made it to the semi-finals as a wild card, before losing in 3 sets to compatriot Christina McHale. Stephens continued her form in 2009, capturing the singles and doubles titles at Grade 1 USTA International Spring Championships. Stephens then traveled to Italy, where she captured the Grade A Italian Open singles title. The following week, Stephens participated in her first overseas junior Grand Slam, the French Open. As a qualifier, Stephens reached the semi-finals, before losing to eventual champion Kristina Mladenovic. The following month, Stephens reached the quarter-finals at the Junior Wimbledon, before losing again to Mladenovic. Stephens reached a career-high junior ranking of world number 5 on August 10, 2009. Seeded 4th at the Junior U.S. Open, Stephens lost in 3 sets to 14th seed Yana Eyapolova in the third round. At the 2010 Junior Wimbledon Championship, Sloane made it to the quarter-finals of the singles and won the doubles title with Tame Babos, winning a tough 3-setter in the final. Junior Grand Slam finals, doubles, 4 finals, professional career, 2007 a Euro 2009, professional tour debut. Stephens played her first professional events on the ITF circuit in late 2007. In spring 2008, Stephens received a wildcard into her first WTA event, the Sony Ericsson Open in Miami, but lost to Ekaterina Bychkova in the first round. During the summer, Stephens won a small ITF doubles tournament with partner Christina McHale. She received a wild card into the U.S. Open qualifying rounds, where she defeated 7th-seeded Melinda Zink, but then lost in straight sets to Stephanie Var-Paragraph-Gil. In 2009, Stephens began the year playing several ITF tournaments with moderate success. She received another qualifying wildcard into the Sony Ericsson Open, losing in the first round to Akgul Muradova. In the summer, Stephens received another qualifying wildcard into a WTA tournament, the LA Women's Tennis Championships. There, Stephens won her first WTA match against Lenka Wienerova, but fell in the second round of qualifying to Anastasia Rodionova. During the summer, Stephens played World Team Tennis for the New York Buzz. Stephens' last professional tournament of the 2009 season was the US Open, where she received a qualifying wildcard for the second year in a row. Stephens lost in the first round of qualifying. In October, Stephens turned professional when she signed with Best 2010 Euro 2011, entering the top 100. Stephens qualified for the 2010 BNP Paribas Open, where she defeated Lucy Radecka in the first round. She then lost against the defending champion, 12th-seeded Vera Zvonareva. Stephens made another run at the 2011 BNP Paribas Open, where she defeated fellow American Jamie Hampton in the first round. In the second round, she lost to world number 1, and eventual champion, Caroline Wozniacki. The next week, as a wildcard entry, she won both matches at the qualifying stage of the 2011 Sony Ericsson Open to qualify for a spot in the main draw. In May 2011, Stephens won the $50,000 2011 Campeonato Giovanile Cup. It was her first tournament win on the ITF circuit. Stephens then participated in the qualifying draw of the French Open as the 21st seed. She beat Anastasia Pivovarova in the qualifying competition to qualify for the main draw event. She lost to Elena Baltica in the first round. At the 2011 Wimbledon Championships, Stephens was the 12th seed in qualifying. She lost in the second round to Nina Brochikova. Following her improved performance at Wimbledon, she reached a career-high ranking of world number 125 on July 4, 2011. Stephens was given a wild card in San Diego. Stephens made her first WTA quarterfinals, defeating Julia Gar-Paragraph-Gil en route. However, she lost to Andrea Petkovic in the quarterfinals. She then lost in the first round of Cincinnati and the final qualifying round of New Haven. Being granted a wildcard to the US Open, she won her first main draw Grand Slam match by beating copyright Luca Gianni in the first round. She backed up this win by beating 23rd seed Shahar Peyo in the second round. She then lost to former world number 1 Ana Ivanovic. Stephens ended the year as the youngest player in the year-end top 100, at number 97. 2012, teenage success. In 2012, Stephens reached the second round of the Australian Open, where she lost to 18th-seeded Svetlana Kostsova. Stephens was then given a wildcard to play in the 2012 Indian Wells Masters, where she made it to the second round. She then qualified for the 2012 Miami Masters, where she advanced to the third round, defeating 30th seed Sara Errani in the second round. After the Miami Masters, she traveled to Ukraine, where she enlarged USA's lead to 5-0 following a win with Liesl Huber in the doubles tie against Lyudmila Kikinok and Nadia Kikinok. After failing to qualify for the 2012 Madrid Masters, she qualified for the 2012 Internazionale BNL d'Italia and advanced to the second round. Stephens then traveled to Strasbourg. She advanced to the second round after Maria Kirilenko retired. Stephens then beat fellow teenager Tamé Babos, before advancing to the semifinals with a straight-set win over Amy Morita. Stephens was defeated in the semifinals by former French Open champion Francesca Iavone. It was Stephens' first trip to the semifinals of a WTA tournament. Stephens advanced to the fourth round of the 2012 French Open by defeating Ekaterina Makarova, Bethany Matk-Sands, and Matilda Johansson. In the fourth round, she lost to sixth-seed Samantha Stosur in 2 sets. Stephens advanced to the third round of Wimbledon by defeating Karolina Pliskova in the first round and upsetting 23rd seed Petra Sitkovska in 3 sets in the second round. In the third round, she lost to German Sabine Lisicki. Stephens traveled to Washington, D.C. to compete in the 2012 City Open. She was seeded third. She defeated Cizilka Rodencheva in the first round, Michelle Larcher de Brito in the second, and Eugenie Bouchard in the quarterfinals, but fell to Magdala Kopyrightnaribirikova in the semifinals. In New Haven, she defeated seeded 33rd Austrian Tamira Pasek, but suffered a 3-set loss to 11th seed Marion Bartoli. In the 2012 U.S. Open, she participated in women's singles, women's doubles with Tamé Babos, and mixed doubles with Ria Ram. In the first round of singles, she stunned 22nd seed Francesca Iavone in front of the home crowd in the Louis Armstrong Stadium. She then defeated Tatjana Milk in the second round. Stephens then faced 12th seed Ana Ivanovic of Serbia. Stephens was 2 games away from recording a straight sets victory, but Ivanovic eventually rallied to upset Stephens in 3 sets. In women's doubles, she and Babos lost in the first round against Janette Husarova and Magdala Kopyrightnaribirikova. In mixed doubles, Stephens and Ram defeated Bethany Matksans and Horia Floreniu, who were the champions in the 2012 Australian Open, but the pair retired in the second round. Later, Stephens said she had been playing with a torn abdominal muscle, which she initially injured during the 4th round at Roland Garros. "I kept playing when I shouldn't have," she told Tennis Now. Stephens ended the year as the youngest player in the year-end top 50, and the only teenager. 2013, Australian Open semi-final and career high ranking. Stephens began the year by reaching the quarter-finals of the 2013 Brisbane International, defeating Dominika Cibulkova and Sofia Ovitsin en route before losing to Serena Williams in straight sets in the quarter-finals. The following week, Stephens reached the semi-finals of the 2013 Moorilla Hobart International, where she was seeded 8th. She defeated Laura Robson, Simona Halep and Lauren Davis en route before losing to the eventual champion, Elena Vesnina in straight sets. Stephens achieved a new career-high singles ranking of world number 25 following the event. At the Australian Open, Stephens was seeded 29th. She defeated Halep, Kristina Mladenovic, Laura Robson and Bojana Jovanovski to reach her first Grand Slam quarterfinal, where she defeated world number 3 and tournament favourite Serena Williams in 3 sets to reach the semi-finals. There, she lost her next match to the world number 1 and defending champion, Victoria Azarenka. However, as a result of reaching the semi-finals, Stephens achieved a new career-high singles ranking of world number 17 following the event, making her the youngest player in the top 20. Following the Australian Open, Stephens pulled out of the first-round Fed Cup tie for United States against the third-seeded Italy due to a strained abdominal muscle. She lost her opening round matches in Doha, Dubai and Indian Wells before reaching the 4th round of the 2013 Sony Open Tennis after defeating Olga Gavitsova and receiving a walkover Venus Williams in the 3rd round. However, she lost to the 4th seed and defending champion Anska Radwanska in 3 sets. Stephens then lost in the 2nd round of the 2013 Family Circle Cup to Bethany Matksans after receiving a first-round bye. She then lost her match against Sofia Ovitsin during the 2013 Fed Cup World Group Playoffs, but the United States Fed Cup team defeated Sweden 3-2 to secure themselves a place in the 2014 World Group. Stephens' poor form continued as she lost to Daniela Hantuchova in the opening round of 2013 Mutua Madrid Open. Stephens broke her losing streak at the Internazionale Biennale d'Italia by defeating Flavia Pinetta and Key Bertens to reach the 3rd round, where she lost to the world number 2 and 2-time defending champion, Maria Sharapova. At the Brussels Open, Stephens defeated Svetlana Pironkova and Zhang Xiai to reach the quarter-finals, where she lost in straight sets to 8th seed, Peng Xiai. Stephens finished the clay court season by reaching the 4th round of the 2013 French Open for the 2nd consecutive year, defeating Karen Knapp, Vania King and Marina Erakovic en route before losing to 2nd seed and defending champion, Maria Sharapova. She also played in the doubles draw with her partner Mallory Burdett. The pair lost in the first round to eventual champions Ekaterina Makarova and Elena Vesnina. Stephens was seeded 17th at the Wimbledon Championships. She defeated Jamie Hampton, Andrea Petkovic, Petra Sitkovska and Markubnika Puig to reach the quarter-finals for the first time, where she lost in straight sets to 15th seed and eventual champion Marion Bartoli. She was defeated in the first round in the 2013 City Open, and reached merely the third round of the 2013 Rogers Cup. She defeated third-seeded Maria Sharapova in the second round of the 2013 Western and Southern Open, though lost in the next round. Seeded 15th, she barely pulled through the first round of the 2013 US Open, beating Mandy Minella by the extremely close score. She then recovered, cruising past Ursula Radworska in the second round and Jamie Hampton in the third, before losing in the fourth round to eventual champion Serena Williams in straight sets. Stephens then traveled to Istanbul as one of two alternates for the 2013 WTA Tour Championships, but she did not get an opportunity to play. She finished the year ranked world number 11 and the only woman in top 30 under the age of 22. 2014, inconsistency. Stephens began 2014 at the Hopman Cup with John Isner representing USA. In their first rubber, USA comfortably won all of their matches against Spain. In their second rubber against France, Stephens successfully defeated Eliza Copyright Cornet, while Isner lost his singles match against Jo-Wilfried Tsonga and the pair lost their doubles match. In their final rubber, they faced the Czech Republic team consisting of Petra Kvitova and Radka Engström-Tapenek. In her match against Kvitova, she was forced to retire after losing the first set, handing the Czech team a decisive lead in their rubber. As a result of her injury, her and Isner were replaced by Bojana Babušik and Oliver Anderson in the mixed doubles, ending her Hopman Cup campaign. Seeded 13th at the Australian Open, Stephens advanced to the second round with a close two-set victory over Kazakh Yaroslava Shvedova. In the second round, she squared off against Ayla Tomjanovia and came from behind to defeat her in 3 sets. She followed this up with a straight sets win over Alina Svitolina, setting up a clash with second-seed Victoria Azarenka in the fourth round. Stephens would go on to lose in a rematch of the previous edition's semi-final. Following the Australian Open, Stephens competed in Doha and Dubai, falling in the first round of both tournaments. She regained form at the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells. Seeded 17th, she received a bye into the second round, where she dispatched Ayla Tomjanovia, Ana Ivanovic and Eliza Klibanova in successive matches. Stephens' run was ended in the quarter-finals by veteran Flavia Pennetta, despite saving 4 match points in the final set. At the Sony Open Tennis, she defeated Serena Diaz in the second round before slumping to a 1-6, 0-6 loss to Caroline Wozniacki. Stephens began her clay court season in Charleston, seeded 4th. Receiving a bye into the second round, she drew Alina Svitolina and was defeated by the Ukrainian in straight sets. Stephens then traveled to Colombia to compete in the Copa Colsonitas, but suffered another opening match loss to world number 129 Mariana Duke 3-6, 3-6. She then participated in the Fed Cup as the top-ranked player in their Fed Cup World Group Playoffs tie. Squaring off against France, she contested 2 singles matches with mixed results, losing to Caroline Garcia before defeating Virginie Razzano. The United States would go on to lose to the French team, resulting in their relegation to the World Group 2 in 2015. After Fed Cup, Stephens played at the Mutua Madrid Open as the 16th seed, recording 3-set victories over qualifiers Monica Niculescu and Petra Sitkovska. She ended up losing to the reigning Australian Open champion Li Na in the third round. Her next tournament in Rome was less successful, bowing out to countrywoman Varvara Lepchenko in the second round. Short of clay court wins leading into Paris, Stephens elected to play at the International de Strasbourg, in which she received a wild card as the top seed. However, she was unable to pick up form and lost to world number 108 Julia Gar-Paragraph-RGES in their first round encounter. At the French Open, Stephens drew Peng Shuai in the first round and defeated her 6-4, 7-6, 8. She made quick work of Polina Hercog and Ekaterina Makarova in second and third rounds, before going down to fourth seed Simona Halep 4-6, 3-6. Despite the loss, her achievement in reaching the fourth round was particularly significant, as it marked the sixth consecutive Grand Slam second week. Stephens kicked off the grass court season in Birmingham as the third seed. She received a bye into the second round, where she defeated Francesca Iavone. She then faced countrywoman Alison Riske as 1 in 3 sets, setting up a clash with 9th seed Zhang Xiai. She would lose to the Chinese 3-6, 1-6. In Eastbourne, she beat Caroline Garcia in the first round before falling to Caroline Wozniacki 3-6, 3-6. Stephens was seeded 18th at Wimbledon, but suffered a first-round loss to world number 109 Maria Kirilenko in the first round. Her loss to the Russian snapped her Grand Slam second-week streak, as she had not previously lost before the fourth round since the 2012 US Open. Singles performance timeline, Key, 1 tournament. Or reached final. Semi-final. Quarter-final. Round 4, 3, 2, 1. Competed at a round-robin stage. Lost in qualification round. Absent from tournament event. Played in a Davis Cup zonal group or playoff. Won a bronze, silver or gold medal at the Olympics. A downgraded Masters Series/1000 tournament. Or a tournament that was not held in a given year. To avoid confusion and double counting, these charts are updated either at the conclusion of a tournament, or when the player's participation in the tournament has ended. Only main draw results and WTA Tour are considered. This table is current through the 2014 Wimbledon Championships. Doubles performance timeline, WTA Tour career earnings, as of September 16, 2013, head-to-head record, versus top 20 ranked players. Stephens won a Euro loss record against players who were ranked world number 20 or higher when played as follows. Players who have been ranked world number 1 are in boldface. Versus top 10 ranked players, Stephens' win-loss record against certain players who have been ranked world number 10 or higher, though not necessarily at the time the match was played, is as follows. Top 10 wins per season, wins over top 10s per season, references. External links. Best Dressed New Wave of Style Stars Euro Vogue, Sloane Stephens at the Women's Tennis Association, Sloane Stephens at the International Tennis Federation, Sloane Stephens at the International Tennis Federation Junior Profile.